What's up, guys? Trev here, and today I am taking a look at the Hot Wheels 2026 Dollar General exclusives. These are colorways of mainline cars exclusive to Dollar Generals. I found these at Dollar General, except I lied. I found these at a Kroger, and I'm actually very confused. That was very dramatic, but these are listed as Dollar General exclusives for 2026, as per Hot Wheels at the LA convention. I found these at a Ralph's in a B-case dump bin. Well, you can see that these are B-case cars. These are in a B-case dump bin at a Ralph's, which is my local Kroger branch. And other people have been finding these at Ralph's in B-case dump bins. So I don't know what the heck is going on. This is not the first time I have seen Dollar General exclusives show up outside of Dollar General. Actually, in 2024, I saw Dollar General exclusives at Dollar Tree. So I have no clue what's going on. I'm okay with this because I actually don't really have a Dollar General in my vicinity. It's like way out of my way in an area I never go to. So yeah, but regardless, we're going to open up these Dollar General exclusives, take a look at them, and also kind of talk about how interesting and weird these are. We're going to start off with the first one here. Now, a couple of notes. These are 2026 models or releases. These are technically 2026 releases. They are part of the 2026 B case. The decos on these are based on 2025 releases, and you can probably tell because of this guy. But this deco on this Pontiac Aztek Custom was released in 2025. It actually got two different versions. I'll talk about that in a bit. But this is technically a 2026 release. And because of that, no collector number. These don't get a collector number because they're technically 2026 releases, but they're not a part of the 2026 mainline. The decos are based on 2025 editions. They've done this with Dollar General releases. Actually, the last several years of Dollar General exclusives have been based on recolors of the previous year. It's confusing. I'm just going to open this up. This is the Pontiac Aztek Custom, and here it is. So this casting came out in 2024. I think it was like an icy blue, and I want to say it was like a reddish color. And then last year in 2025, it was released in a kind of a weird like greenish gray beige color, and then it was in which that greenish gray beige color was a reference to something. I'll get into that in a little bit. And then the recolor was in like a silver, and I think it was in the Trap 5s. Also, California is currently experiencing some stormy weather, so it is quite breezy out. I apologize for the wind, but I am going to take a look at these regardless. So here it is. This version is in copper. It's quite a nice color. You have the 5 there, the Aztek. You have some other graphics there, some striping. There's the back. The Aztek is such a weird car in itself. It's this weird, kind of ugly, early 2000s like SUV that Pontiac did. It's completely ugly. It's actually quite a practical car. In fact, there's actually like a tent that comes out of the Aztek, so you can like set up the back here and like put a tent on it. I think it came with a tent. It's such a bizarre car. In the back, there are a pair of glasses there and a bowler's cap. That is a reference to a certain show. If you know, you know. And one of the first version of it last year was a reference to that certain show. If you know, you know. But, you know, I think it's fun that Hot Wheels did an Aztek. Now, this is a very customized version. It is lowered. It has a wide body kit. It's got a freaking spoiler here on the back. I mean, it's crazy. But I think it's fun that Hot Wheels did an Aztek. It's such a quirky, weird, kind of ugly car. But, yeah, this is a solid version of it. I like the color. And, yeah, not bad. All right, second one. Land Rover Defender 90. This casting has been around quite a bit. It debuted in 2020 in the mainline, and this is the third version of it sporting this livery. Last year it was in tan, recolored in like a mint green, and now we have this version. Here we have the kind of star off-road wheel with a copper lip. It's in a matte like blue. It's a very rich blue, but it's got a matte finish on it. With Land Rover Defender, you have some graphics here in yellow and black. What does that say? I think that's ATN. I think he does graphics on Hot Wheels, like that's his logo. You have the back, you have the other side, and the other graphics are on the hood right here. So you have the 68, and you got the Land Rover. This is a solid version. This blue is very interesting because it's a matte clear coat, but this casting's been in several places all over the main line. It's been in premium. I believe it's been a convention car as well. This is a solid version of it. Solid version. All right, these last two are probably the most interesting to me, at least. And I'm going to start with this one, the Ford RS200. So this was a super treasure hunt last year. It was the Q-Case Super in Gulf livery in blue, in Spectre Flame blue. It was probably one of the nicest Supers of the year. And this exclusive version is recolored in white. The casting itself debuted in 2020 in, I believe it was Thrill Climbers, and it got an ID release in, I want to say it was the next year, or I think it was 2021. It got an ID release, which is when it got the plastic base. And I think the Super Treasure Hunt version was the first time they released this casting in the main line, like in the basic 200, I was trying to say like 250. The basic $1 car line. I think the Super Treasure Hunt release last year was the first time this casting saw the main line. But this is the recolor of it. So, of course, you had the Super Treasure Hunt last year in the standard Gulf livery, and the recolor is in white. You have the copper 10 spokes. You have the white. You have the Gulf orange striping. You have the 200 there. Blue windshield on it, which is pretty cool. There's the top striping. You have the 200 there on the front. You have the Gulf striping on it. And this is listen, it's Gulf. Gulf is one of the most iconic liveries ever, the Gulf blue. So, and this was a really popular Super last year. It was a really nice looking Super, and this is a really nice recolor in white. And that's kind of the usual recolors for Gulf models. When you have a Gulf Hot Wheel, if there is a recolor, it's usually in white, sometimes a darker blue, but a lot of the time the second release is white. So it's nice to get this white after getting the light blue and the Super. All right, this is my favorite one of the set, the 1983 Porsche 928S. Another thing to note, this was actually a new casting last year, but because, even though the deco on this is based on the 2025 release, it's in Musclemania, like the 2025 release. Does not have the new for 2025 sticker on it because, once again, it is technically a 2026 mainline. But these exclusives kind of hurt my brain a bit. All right, here it is. So this is, like I said, the casting debuted in, I think it was P-Case last year in red. It had the aero discs on it. It's getting another version this year in like black, but this is based on the red version, at least the graphics. You have the Porsche striping on the bottom there. You almost can't see it. It's almost like a ghost striping. The color on this is really nice. It's a tan, kind of a metal flake tan, not quite a gold. It really is more like a tan. You have the brown interior. You got the open sunroof. And the graphics you get, there's the back. The taillights, I believe, are part of the window, so you have that brake. You have Porsche embossed in the back. You have the reflectors there and there. And the packaging is blowing away in the wind. This has a different wheel on it compared to the 2025 release. This has the kind of usual 5-spoke. The other one, like I said, had kind of the aero disc wheel. And you have the Porsche badge there with the headlights, which are a part of the window piece as well, so you do get that brake. Same with those down there. Those actually might be part of the interior. No, I think those are part of the window. I think they're clear plastic. It looks like they are. You got a tan base on this to match the body. And this is my favorite of the set. Just the color, the execution. It's just nice and plain with a fairly stock deco. And this really nice, I think, of the era color. This is really cool. There's that interior in brown. Oh, you got some stuff there. Are those sunglasses? Yeah, those have to, I think those are sunglasses in there. If my camera will focus. Yeah, there you go. I want to get a better shot of it. There it is. Yeah, you got sunglasses on the passenger seat. So that's cool. Yeah, this is really nice. And those are the Dollar General exclusives, in quotes, because Hot Wheels says they're Dollar General exclusives. I found these elsewhere. It happens. I gotta say, it's actually quite a solid set. You know, I like these Dollar General exclusives, put that in quotes again, a little more than recent mixes of store exclusives. Some of the recent mixes haven't quite been hitting for me, but I actually think this one's quite solid. I like these two the most, but I think these two are all right as well, and I think it's just a really solid set.